Yeah, I think the fact that the teams have combined to win 9 of the last 11 titles speaks volumes to the consistency. I think we both set out to establish good, strong programs when we started at our institutions, and it's the players that do it. I mean, obviously, and I think that when you do get to the point where you build a solid program, if not strong program, you have guys ready to step in. Despite the fact that Thomas More loses Donovan Pogue, one of the best hitters in the country, they'll have people ready to step in. Maybe not even guys that were solid contributors last year, but guys that it'll just be their turn. And I think that graduation losses don't hit you as hard when you do have that consistency and you have that level of expectation to be solid, be a contender in your league, be a contender in the region. So yeah, it speaks volumes to the consistency. I think the two programs also understand that you get to that level, you don't really change your approach. It's a consistent approach to get to that conference tournament, to get to the postseason, and it's not, wow, all of a sudden we're in the postseason, we have to change the way we do things. We kind of just hopefully have established the precedent where we do things the same as what we did for Game 2 as Game 45. Having an upperclassman-laden team definitely does change some things. However, it doesn't guarantee success, and I think that the current seniors we have were freshmen the last time we had a really upperclassman-laden team. And I think as a coach, I did a bad job that year. I think you can fall into traps and certain expectations you have. Things are just going to happen because guys are older guys. And that year, our current seniors freshman year, we didn't reach our goals that year. We didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve. And I think that the current seniors, having seen that, has really helped out a lot. And I've commented to our group throughout the process. We had one of our strongest falls in terms of competitiveness. When you're upperclassmen, when your juniors and seniors set the precedent that winning this drill matters, or winning the scrimmage on a Sunday, winning an inter-squad scrimmage on Sunday matters, or finishing a drill or finishing their lifting program or whatever, they're the ones that set that precedent. And this has been as smooth of a ride, I think, to this point as what we've had in my time here. And I think all the credit goes to our upperclassmen. They've done a phenomenal job. I mean, you can also become a kind of a fat cat, as an upperclassman, and not do the things that maybe got you to the point of being successful. But our guys, our old upperclassmen, are extremely hard workers. They're taking nothing for granted. They're hungry. I think we've had 8 straight senior classes, maybe 9, reach NCAA tournaments at least 2 times in their career. They're trying to match that. I think that motivates them and drives them. But it's great. They're definitely an extension of the coaching staff. I think that to be honest, to this point, we wouldn't really needed coaching. I think our upperclassmen have done a great job. So it's been huge, and it doesn't guarantee success, like I said, but I think it definitely puts us in a position to be successful because of the tone they've set to this point. Yeah, I think there's a chance that those 7 guys that are back can perform at all PAC type levels. But again, just because baseball is a unique sport, if you split a guy's 4-year career into one year, it's the equivalent of one baseball season, basically one professional baseball season, 162 games. And just like 162 game baseball season, I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs along the way. Just because it was a smooth ride as a junior or sophomore doesn't mean it's going to be the next year. I mean, you could hit the ball just as hard as a hitter, and it goes at people. You could execute your pitches on the mound, and just balls are finding holes, plays aren't being made, whatever the case is. So, again, it doesn't guarantee success the next year. But I think you mentioned, you talk about some of our seniors. I think the argument could be made that Nick Vento's our best player. I also would think he's one of our hardest workers. The same can be said about Riley Groves. The same can be said about Derek Helbing, Adam LaRue, on and on and on and on with our older guys. And again, they've put themselves in position to be successful. If they're not successful, it's definitely not going to be from a lack of hard work. and a lack of preparation. I think, as usual, I think the league will be wide open this year. You look at last year, Grove City kind of came out of nowhere, but they have a lot of people back. I mean, they have some really strong hitters. Coach Royer, his resume speaks for itself. He's done a great job there of instilling a winning attitude, and you know they did a great job last year. A bounce here, a bounce there, could have had obviously great success in the conference tournament. I think Teal is, despite a lot of losses, has definitely become a program that you can expect will be in the thick of things when it's all said and done. I mean, you talk about having the ability to replace guys. They've shown that ability, especially the last couple of years, and I don't anticipate that being any different. But there's going to be a team. It generally happens every year. There's a program. I mean, Waynesburg beat us 3 times last year. They lose, obviously, a great pitcher, but they'll have people ready to step in as well. St. Vincent, I mean, they were close last year. We kind of caught them at the right time. If we had played them earlier in the year, I think that series could have gone differently as well. So even the teams not named, Bethany, Geneva, Chatham, Westminster, I mean, they're programs that you just never know. You don't know who's going to come in as freshmen, transfers, whatever the case is. And it's, as always, it's wide open. I do think it does come down in most years to W&J and Thomas More in the conference tournament. But throughout that progression, we were very fortunate to make the conference tournament last year. I mean, we struggled early. We didn't perform great the first 25, 30 games, but we kind of caught fire at the end, and we hope that we can play at that level of consistency throughout the process this year. But you just can't count teams out. You can't count programs out. And I think Grove City, especially last year, showed that. I mean, they outplayed us for 3 games, and had a tremendous improvement in terms of number of wins from 2 years ago to last year. So I'm sure they're hungry to take that next step. Yeah, I mean, not talking about our guys that could challenge for Player of the Year, but talking about other guys in other programs. You look at the returners, Ben Lum, a lot of guys from Thomas More, but Ben Lum and Ben Kenning. They'll have guys step in and replace Pogue. They had some freshmen last year that I know were highly thought about recruits, and freshman year is a challenge, and you expect them to take big steps their sophomore year. Matt Wagaman at Grove City, I mean, he was one of the toughest outs. LaRoche, who went to the College World Series, their coach told me he's one of the guys they had biggest problems all year getting out. So that speaks to his hitting ability. And there will be guys, again, that come out of nowhere, or guys that maybe had a great year 2 years ago, not as good a year last year, like Eddie Kilcarry at St. Vincent. I mean, the numbers he put up 2 years ago certainly show what he's capable of. You know there's going to be people from Teal that step up. Zach Miller from Bethany, I think he's a really good player that adds a certain edge to that team and can do some things. So, I mean, you could go on and on and on about different players from other programs, but again, you just don't know how things are going to shake down. Hosting the regional is just it creates a big level of excitement for our program. Our people that run the tournament do a great job. I unfortunately didn't witness any of it last year. A kid was born and didn't see any of it during that time, but it's a lot. You know, it's definitely a lot on the workers. It's a lot on the people. But it creates a level of excitement. If anything, it definitely gives your guys some extra motivation. It was big for us to be able to play in the regional 2 years ago. The first year it was at W&J, and I think the people that have played here, the programs that have played here, have really enjoyed it. I think that speaks to the great job that our workers and our administration has done in terms of the execution and just running the tournament. But yeah, it's great. It's a great motivating factor. And I hope there's 2 teams from the PAC that can make it. You know, maybe we get an at-large team and a team that wins the conference tournament. Maybe there's 2 teams at Ross Memorial playing for the regional. So, yeah, it's great. It's obviously there's not enough good things that can be said about hosting the regional. It's so nice. Our guys, you know, if we're fortunate enough to make it, that's around the time we have finals. This gives them a chance. You know, we don't have to get on the road and travel somewhere. They're able to finish up finals and play, and I know that it's just a great thrill for our guys to be able to play in the NCAA tournament on their home field. And we have a number of guys, obviously, in our program that had that opportunity 2 years ago.